Free. F-R-E-E. Text fades in upon a red background to form words in golden lettering. Fix your mind on the aspects of life you can change. Reveal those changes to the ones who need to know they are not alone. Enfold in your words those who yearn for someone to hold on to. Eradicate that which threatens to blind your listeners to the beauty within each of them.
Hey my treasures, it's Serena, and this is the official launch of my YouTube channel. I am super excited. I posted a blog post a couple weeks ago, and I have wanted to do a corresponding video ever since I posted that blog post. So I'm going to say I'm sorry for any background noise. My computer is going off in the other room, and the heat is on in here because I would be freezing without it. Those of you who are just stopping by this channel for the first time, I want to say hi. My name is Serena. I am a blind mother and an aspiring motivational speaker, and this is where the magic's going to begin. Here on my blog, on my podcast, whenever I manage to get that one up. So, today I'm going to be answering 10 of Google's most searched questions about blind people. I'm not going to say they are the top searched questions, but they're 10 of the most common. So, without further ado, I have stolen, or borrowed I suppose, from my daughter's kitchen set, a little green and purple plastic bowl. And in this bowl, I have slips of paper. Don't know if you guys can see that. And on this paper are brailled all 10 questions. I didn't do it this way on my blog. I will link that post below, but I figured it would be a lot more fun to do it this way. So I'm going to pull one of these questions out and answer it. And I did not read through my blog post before starting to record this video. So let's just do this. Okay, the first question I pulled out is upside down. Can a blind person live on their own? Yes, blind people can live on their own. I live on my own, and all of my blind friends live on their own. I think I know one person who I'm still becoming friends with, and he lives with his parents. And that's merely because he's a student, and I think a lot of students live with their parents because it's just less expensive. But yes, blind people live on their own. It's not as hard as it might seem. So yes, blind people can live on their own. Question number 2. And if you guys would like me to elaborate any more on any of these, let me know. This is probably going to be a long video as it is. I tend to ramble. There's just not much that you can say about living on your own. It's possible. And it's easy. How do blind people use phones? Guys, Apple products are amazing. iPhones, Android phones. I think even Windows phones can be installed with software that makes them accessible to the blind. Apple's products have VoiceOver, which is a built-in screen reader, which means any blind person can use an Apple product right out of the box. And that makes them seriously appealing to us. No matter how expensive they might be, the convenience, being able to feel like we're just one of the crowd, people will pay for that. I recently got my iPhone XR from my phone provider, phone company, and you can pay for iPhones with installments. Most do. I don't know of anyone who can pay for an iPhone outright, but they are still worth paying for. They're worth having if you can't see. I know some blind people who use Android phones. Not everyone is an Apple fan. I think it's half and half, because I've met tons of blind people who despise Apple phones. I don't know why. I've never asked. I'm partial to Apple phones, but Android does have TalkBack, and that's built in as well. I don't find it to be as versatile or as useful, but that's just me. Question 3. Do blind people dream? Yes, we do. I don't think dreaming has anything to do with the eyes. Dreaming is all in the mind, my treasures. So yes, blind people dream. I had better sight when I was younger, and so sometimes I still dream visually. I know blind people who have never seen anything. They don't live in blackness, but they have had such poor sight their entire lives that they don't know what colors look like, and they don't know what shapes look like if they haven't felt them. And they dream in sound primarily. Soundscape dreams, as opposed to, dreams where you're seeing and hearing. So I have heard of other blind people who dream in pure color and sensation. It's fascinating, but dreams don't originate in the eyes. They have nothing to do with vision. And if you are a dream expert, and I'm getting this completely wrong, feel free to correct me. But yes, blind people can dream, and we dream often, actually. Next question is also upside down. Do people who are blind blink? Yes, we blink. Blinking, again, and I'm not a doctor, I'm not an expert on any of this, so please, again, if I am completely wrong and you know better than I do, let me know. But blinking is not based on what you can or can't see. Blinking is, I'm pretty sure blinking is just to protect your eyes. It's instinctive. If you close yourself in a dark closet and keep your eyes wide open, or just keep them open normally and try not to blink, eventually you're going to blink. It's not because you're seeing anything, it's just because your eyes need to get moist, they need to protect themselves. So that's why people blink, I'm pretty sure, and blind people do blink. I can't speak for those who have gone blind because they have lost their eyes. I don't know if blinking is just, I'm blinking here, like I'm trying to figure it out as I talk to you guys. I'm not sure if it's just the motion of the eyelids or what, so I really am not that knowledgeable about it. But yes, most blind people I know of do blink. Next question. If I can stop dropping it. Can a blind person work? Yes, we can work. Society would have you believe otherwise. 80% of the blind community is unemployed. This is not because we're not knowledgeable, because we're lazy, because we don't want to take that chance. It's because we're not given that chance. Many sighted employers are afraid to hire somebody who cannot see. Some claim it's a liability thing. Others do not want the hassle of having to accommodate. It's not legal. It's a violation of the ADA. But it does happen, and it happens more often than not. In the past 3 months, I've been denied for probably over 30 jobs based on my blindness alone. I couldn't even get to the interview stage because the minute they found out that I couldn't see, they would balk very hard and very fast. So yes, blind people can work. Are we given the opportunity to? No, not often. Some get lucky and they have mainstream jobs, but most blind people are on unemployment or disability or have to have government assistance, and it isn't something that we want. It's just something that we have to do because this is how we're treated. This is why I've started this career, because I figured as I was getting denied again and again and again for these jobs that I was applying for, that I could sit and complain about it, or I could take a stand and do something about it. I think you can always take the negative path. I chose to take a positive path. It's difficult, it's frustrating, but it's not the end of the world. I think there's always an option. You just have to find it. Blind people can work. You can start your own business. It's hard. Not everyone's got it in them, either the desire or the know-how. I'm not going to pretend I'm an expert at all on the business side of anything because I'm not. I'm still new. But it's an option. You know, and that's why a lot of blind people that I know have started their own businesses, because they've just been getting rejected and rejected and rejected. And after a time, rejection becomes so commonplace and such a norm that we just stop bothering to try for the mainstream, because it's hard. And it's hard to constantly be rejected over something that you cannot change. We aren't being barred from the workforce due to choices we've made or a mistake that we've made. We're being barred because of something we don't have any control over. We never asked to be this way. But the short answer is yes, blind people can work. I'm sorry, I ramble a lot. Next question. Can blind people cry? Or can a blind person cry? Because I can read. I swear, I can read. Yes, blind people can cry. We still have tear ducts, so we still have the ability to cry. And now I'm different because I believe that the ability to cry isn't just shedding tears. I think people that do not have eyes still have the ability to cry, because crying is about the emotion behind the act. You know, crying isn't just the act of shedding tears from your eyes. It's the heaving of the chest, the shaking of the shoulders, that release of emotion. So I have the ability to shed tears, yes, but I think all blind people have the ability to cry. Why do blind people wear dark glasses? This is a very common misconception. I, in the sun, wear sunglasses because I am extremely light sensitive. I have Leber's congenital amaurosis. Amaurosis. Wow. I can't even say my own genetic eye condition because it's a mouthful. Sorry about that. I have Leber's congenital amaurosis, and my eyes are extremely sensitive to the light. I don't know a lot of other people with LCA, but the one other person I do know, she's got the same thing. I think actually I know two other people, but I don't know the second person very well. But I do have a friend that also has LCA, and she's also very light sensitive. So I think it's a trait. Not all blind people wear dark glasses though. Like, I'm sitting here and I'm inside my apartment, and even though I've got my ring lights going and they are very bright, and I can tell that they're very bright, and although it would hurt to look straight into them, I have peripheral vision. So when I'm looking here and I'm looking here, to you guys it looks like I'm looking away from the camera, but I'm actually looking at the lights that are mounted beneath my camera because that's how I can see. But I don't need my sunglasses in here for that. It's not that bright. I need them on very bright days, but I don't wear them continually. I think that is society and the media perpetuating stereotypes. And for some people, they are so light sensitive that they do choose to wear dark glasses all the time. Some people are very self-conscious about how their eyes look, so they do wear sunglasses all the time, or dark glasses. I don't, and most blind people I know, they don't either. So no, not all blind people wear dark glasses, and why is based on them. Some wear dark glasses because their eyes pain them in any type of light much brighter than maybe a desk lamp or even just any light whatsoever is very painful to them. Some wear dark glasses because they are self-conscious about how their eyes look. And if you wear dark glasses and you wear them for a reason I have not mentioned, then please comment below and let me know. I'm not going to sit here and pretend to be an expert on everything. I'm just answering these questions based on my own experience, and that's all I can give you guys is my own experience, my story, my life. Next question. Do blind people see black? This is another huge misconception. Not everyone who is blind sees black. Most people who are considered totally blind see something. I always tell people I'm blind because it's so much easier to explain than to say I'm visually impaired or I'm legally blind and then have to go into a whole spiel about what I can and cannot see. I will create a video eventually about exactly what I do see and what I don't see if you guys are interested in knowing that. But most people who say I'm totally blind can see something. There are very few blind people that I know of who live in total darkness. There's light perception, shadow perception, even those that can only see light and dark, or what you might consider total blackness, might have starbursts or fireworks or spots or floaters. I have known somebody who, I think most of the time floaters refer to people that have the ability to see some things, and then there are just little specks that float within their vision. I have never had floaters. I have no idea. This is just what I've been told. If you yourself have floaters and I'm getting it wrong, please, again, feel free to correct me. But I have also known people that have seen shadows but have had floaters that are like light, and these floaters are just there constantly. But it's very rare for somebody to see total darkness, even when you close your eyes. And I'm asking sighted people this. When you close your eyes, do you see total darkness? Because I don't. When I close my eyes, light. I see light. I see darkness, I'm closing them now. The darkness of, my eyes being closed. But then there's light that filters in. And if I close them really tight, then I get starbursts that erupt behind my eyelids. So even when you can see, there's always something to be seen, even with your eyes closed. So it's very rare for someone to see total blackness or absolutely nothing. Why do blind people's eyes move so much? I get this question all the time, mostly from little kids. Why do your eyes move so much? I haven't gotten it from my daughter yet. She's probably just so used to it. It's called nystagmus. Let me rephrase that because I don't believe that's true. I don't want to say most blind people have it because I don't know. A lot of blind people have nystagmus. And from what I have read and what I've been told, and again, I am not an ophthalmologist, so if I'm getting this wrong, please feel free to correct me. It is due to the inability to focus on things. I've been told that it's easy to tell I am blind because I don't focus on anything. I could be talking to somebody and they could be standing in front of me and I could be looking at their chin or at the top of their head, or not the top of their head. That would be an interesting angle. You'd have to be really short for that. But I could be looking off to the right or off to the left or up here or down here, and I'm not focusing. And even when I try to focus, I've been told my eyes dance a lot more when I'm trying to focus because I can't. My eyes just don't have the ability to focus. My vision's not that good. I can't focus on things. And that's where my nystagmus kicks in personally. That's why they move around so much. They jiggle, they bounce, they dance. They look weird to some people. To me, it's just another part of me. And We have made it to question 10. If you have hung in this long, thank you so much. I know I have seemed pretty nervous throughout some of this video. I am nervous. I'm just sitting here talking to a camera. I've done it before, but I'm going to be posting this on YouTube. And this is an important video. I enjoy answering these questions, but it's still a little nerve-wracking to me. So please just bear with me. And the last question is, how do you walk with a blind person? Normally. And I say that because whenever I get this 99 times out of 100, whenever somebody new walks with me, they walk very, very slowly. Guys, you don't have to do that. I can walk. But I know what the question was referring to, and it's called sighted guide, and I'll do a video on it one day. But basically, it is when you offer, wow, here's me trying to actually put this into words, and I can see it all in my mind, and my mind is totally blanking on how to explain it. I grasp the elbow of a sighted person. I walk on their right-hand side or their left-hand side, depending. I prefer to use my left hand and to hold somebody's right elbow, but I'm holding them at the elbow. They're a step ahead of me, and with my left hand, I'm holding their elbow, and that leaves my right hand free to use my cane. For dog guide users, they will typically use sighted guide on the right, well, using your right hand on the guide's left side. I was a guide dog user for a little while. I really hope to be again. Fingers crossed, toes crossed, eyes crossed, everything crossed for that, because, well, but that's an entirely different video. But guide dogs work on the left. And so if you're using your guide dog, even if you're not holding the harness handle, that dog will always walk typically on the left-hand side. So when you're walking sighted guide with a sighted person, you typically have to use your right hand on their left side if you're using a guide dog. For most blind people who are cane users, we hold the elbow of the sighted individual, we hold their right elbow and walk on their right-hand side. And they walk a step ahead of us, and this is so that they can guide us. I know a lot of people who try to hold on to my elbow or try to link arms with me. Not smart. If I'm leading in an unfamiliar environment, people are gonna fall down because I'm gonna hit something, or I'm gonna fall down a flight of stairs or something. That's not gonna be fun for anybody involved. If you're walking with a blind person and they ask if they can take your elbow, don't grab their arm. Don't try to link arms with them, because unless you're a really close friend, that's a little awkward. I wouldn't do that, and I wouldn't slip my hand into the crook of the arm of somebody I don't know. I'm not familiar enough with you for that. Just offer them your elbow. And when I say offer them your elbow, just hold your arms normally. You can offer them your elbow this way. You can hold your arms like this at your sides, but you do not have to hold your arm out to the side like this, as though touching us is, you're not going to catch being blind. I promise. It's not contagious. You don't have to walk really slowly. You don't have to stick your elbow way out here. You can just hold your arms normally. You can walk at a normal pace. It's all right. If we need you to speed up or slow down, especially slow down, we will ask you. But yes, that's how you walk with a blind person. Normally, and using sighted guide, which is just letting a blind person hold onto your elbow so that you're a step ahead of them and you can guide us through. A step ahead of them, look like I'm not one of us. A step ahead of us, you can just guide us through wherever it is we need to be guided through, whether it's sighted guide is typically used in a crowded area, or if you're being guided across a really difficult new area to navigate, like a parking lot or a loud mall or shopping center or nightclub. Why I don't know. I'm saying nightclub. I would never go into a nightclub because it's extremely overwhelming for me. But some blind people do, and to each their own. But it's the overwhelming, unfamiliar areas that we need assistance in. And if you ask us if we need assistance and we say no, it's not meant to be offensive. We really appreciate you offering, but it just means we don't need that assistance. But if we ask you, just offer an elbow. So there you have it, my treasures. Some of the top 10 questions asked by sighties, answered by a blindie, that I have found on Google. Google's autofill questions are pretty awesome, and I have a couple more videos that I want to do involving some of those. Some of them have already been done. Some of the autofill questions, not the ones that I'm going to answer, because I don't want to copycat off people. But they are so much fun. You should definitely just type in something you're interested in and see what pops up, because you'd be surprised at what pops up. It's really quite fascinating, and I had a lot of fun with this video. Thank you for checking out this video, and if you stuck it out this long, thumbs it up if you liked it. If you enjoyed this video, guys, thumbs it up. And we can thank Rosie, that's my daughter, for letting me borrow her bowl. She actually asked if I wanted to put all my little bits of paper into her bowl, and I said yes, because it would make drawing them so much easier instead of me feeling around the couch like, where did I put the last one? Because I would do that, and then you would be stuck with 5 minutes of me trying to figure out, where to put something. Okay, so maybe not 5 minutes of it, because I would have had my editor clip that out, but you get the idea. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you guys stick around. I am sure I will be a lot less nervous in future videos as I get used to this, so bear with me, guys. I love you. Thank you so much for checking in, and if you're coming here from my blog and you are one of my active treasures, thank you so much. Please subscribe, thumbs it up. I love you. Thank you guys so much for supporting me. And until next time, I bid you a fond adieu. Bye.